Good evening once again. Welcome to the second edition of News Tonight. It's me, Micheal, Jordan Lukomwa with Elizabeth Nakakoni, and this is what we have for you this time round. Domestic debt has increased by 20 trillion shillings from 39.159 trillion to 59.19 trillion financial year 2024-25, according to the Auditor General's report on Treasury operations under the audit for debt portfolio. Members of Parliament have expressed worry over this debt trend, saying this increase is more than that of the foreign debt, an indication that government is competing with the private sector for funds. We have details from Parliament.
Minister of Finance officials have appeared before the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament to answer queries on Treasury operations in the Auditor General's report year ending June 2025. According to the Auditor General's report, there was an increase in domestic debt to 59.019 trillion from 39.159 trillion, that is 50.7%, compared to foreign debt, which increased to 56.384 trillion from 54.449 trillion shillings in 2024, that is 3.55% during the year under review. This increase, according to the Auditor General, in domestic debt heightens interest and refinancing risks.
Since domestic instruments carry higher yields and shorter maturities, increasing the cost of debt servicing and crowding out the private sector.
Officials from Ministry of Finance say they are not comfortable with the nominal numbers of debt and have introduced innovative financing.
But in the financial markets, we have gone into other innovative ways of raising money, which are a bit not costly, like commercial financing. So we have sequenced projects. All these projects, we have very many projects which are ready, but we have deliberately not taken them on. Why? We want to manage the quantums of debt that we have taken on.
Members of Parliament have mixed reactions over the trend of the domestic debt portfolio.
Domestically. That is the only innovation. But we wouldn't call that innovation, because the figures are here speaking that you have increased domestic borrowing by 20 trillion.
Private business people have supplied the government, and we have taken years and years without paying them, and it is a lot of what? A lot of money. So if we are only sticking to what is in the papers, and we borrowed through treasury bills and bonds, and we ignore those suppliers who supply the government.
Revenue mobilization strategy. My brother, leave alone that theory. Because you know this is theory. We have been looking at, when you look at the consolidated financial statements on issues of the tax register, our performance is very poor. You have just 5 million people paying taxes, and from those, many of them are redundant. They don't pay.
On the performance of the budget, of the 53.03 trillion shillings, 32.9 trillion was warranted and 29 trillion spent, and 2.04 trillion was unwarranted. They attribute the non-absorption to the loans that were delayed from Exim and EcoBank that were meant to support the budget, pay off treasury bills.
2 loans, 2 pipeline loans that did materialize by the close of the financial year. We had planned to receive this money, but by 30th June 2025, this money had not materialized to a tune of about 2 trillion. Bank of Uganda was aware of this, and this money was being expected. It was just a delay that the money was not received within the financial year. But as soon as we received the money, it was paid off to Bank of Uganda.
The delay in the absorption led to a loss of 250 billion shillings in penalties in 2024 and 164 billion in 2025.
Penalty charges on securities, rate reimbursements, and I'm seeing 167 plus billion. Could you relate it to what we have been talking about?
If I may ask as a lay person, do you want to mean that these penalty charges arise out of poor financial management and poor planning on our part? Because I don't know, is 167 billion as a penalty, to you, is that insignificant? Can we say it is insignificant?
On the face of it here, Madam Chairperson, this is a lot of money. I agree with you. But this is our understanding with the bank. I think also.
Meanwhile, the queries on consolidated accounts were not handled. The team that had been represented by the Deputy Permanent Secretary and Secretary to Treasury, Minister of Finance, representing Ramadan Gobi, was sent back.
He has said that he has got assignment until 2nd of March. So he will not come back as I had reported. He apologizes. He has been sent to another meeting.
I'm Navka Farida and Susan Nabugode at Parliament.
Relatives, friends and supporters of the People's Front for Freedom, PFF, in solidarity with opposition politicians from other political parties, were left stunned at Rubaga Cathedral after a special mass prayer for Kano retired Dr. Kizza Besigye Kifefe and other political prisoners was postponed. The postponement followed a debate over whether the prayer was politically motivated, with alleged calls from State House to Archbishop Most Reverend Paul Semogerere to hold the special mass prayers pending investigations on whether the motive was politics. Our reporter Ivan Juko reports.
Time check was 1:30 p.m. Friends, relatives in solidarity with the politicians from other political parties had already convened at Rubaga Cathedral to attend a special massive prayer for prominent opposition figure Kano retired Dr. Kizza Besigye and the other political prisoners on different offences committed knowingly or unknowingly. The planned intercession prayers were timely during the Holy Lent season, where forgiveness is cardinal. However, the congregation was shocked to learn that the scheduled special mass prayer had been postponed. The announcement was delivered by Reverend Father Achilles Mayanja, the cathedral administrator, and the message was displayed on the cathedral's televised screen system inside the cathedral. Winnie Byanyima, the wife of Kano retired Dr. Kizza Besigye, alleged that she was informed by Archbishop Paul Semogerere of Kampala Archdiocese that the prayer service had been postponed on short notice.
We came to bring the pain of the families of those loved ones who are held in prison or who have disappeared. We came to bring them to the Lord and to bring their pain before the Lord. I was called here yesterday by the Archbishop. His Grace Paul Semogerere came to ask for prayers for him in a period of Lent, and that's the tradition. He's going to pray for a family intention. He finally relented and said, okay, postpone the Mass. I need to do an investigation because I think it is political. Postpone it for a few days.
Whereas Archbishop Semogerere to the advice, Byanyima was quick to state the action was a sabotage of citizens' freedom of worship.
A citizen is not prayed for. Never heard of it before in our history. It's unprecedented. So we'll go to the press and explain what has happened.
Byanyima took it upon herself to lead the prayer and thereafter addressed the media with the other opposition critics at Popopo Memorial Hotel.
Lord, we pray for Dr. Kizza Besigye, whom we gathered here to pray for. We place him in your hands. We pray for justice for him. We pray for all prisoners held, many without charge.
If they hadn't done like what they have done today, maybe many people wouldn't understand where we are at. So exposure also is good. People who are observant, who have read history, always these patterns happen.
Because people meet I mean, these religious leaders go to prisons and they even pray for convicts, murder convicts and so on. People who even accept it and say, yes, me, I murdered this person, me, I serving my sentence, they go and pray for them. How about people who are on remand over trumped-up charges? So this gives us hope, even though it is disturbing.
People gathered outside Lubaga Cathedral as the security was tightened, with the police force deployed to deter any incidents or moments of alarm. The special service had been organized by the family of Colonel retired Dr. Kiza Besigye in partnership with the church leaders and supporters to observe the Cardinal of Forgiveness during the Holy Lent season. Besigye was arrested in Nairobi in November 2024, together with his political ally Haji Obeid Lutale, brought back to Uganda, and since then have been on remand facing treason-related charges, which they deny. However, the prayers will be held on another day yet to be communicated after thorough investigations.
He will schedule another time for us to come and pray for Dr. Besigye and other prisoners. So we are here and unable to have the mass that we wanted.
Amwaye Vanjuko and Dan Lukomwa for UBC.
Ministers of Water and high-ranking officials from the 10 countries within the Nile Basin converged in South Sudan capital, Juba, for the 20th Regional Nile Day celebrations. The Nile is celebrated every 22nd of February to offer an opportunity for the countries in the Nile Basin to highlight the benefits of cooperating on the transboundary waters of the Nile for sustainable management of the common resource.
Representatives from the Nile Basin countries, diplomats and water development partners gathered in South Sudan capital, Juba, to celebrate the 20th Nile Day on the theme Voices of the Nile, Communities, Youth and Women Engagement in Water Governance. Leaders in the Nile Basin say involving women and young people in water diplomacy will foster equitable water management.
Empowering women in water governance is not only a matter of fairness, it is essential for more effective and sustainable outcomes. Youth represent a large share of the Nile Basin population. They are creative, digitally connected, and eager to contribute solutions. Investing in youth leadership through education, innovation and participation is an investment in the future stability and prosperity of our shared basin.
Community along the Nile are custodian of its water. Youth are the innovators who will shape its future. Women are the stewards of household, livelihoods, and resilience. As we say in Tanzania, wanawake ni nguzo ya jamii.
Representatives of the respective countries pledged to support the Nile Corporation to promote water diplomacy. Uganda's State Minister for Environment, Beatrice Atim Anwar, underscored the importance of the Nile River and urged all countries in the Nile Basin to ensure its sustainable management.
We are proposing heavily what could be a source of funding that can help us conserve the Baba zone, the watershed, the effect of climate change, so that we clean up this water source, we protect it and conserve it for the current use and future generation.
The Executive Director of the Nile Basin Initiative, Dr. Engineer Nesta Nyonzima, highlighted the Nile Corporation, citing benefits like the Uganda-South Sudan Power Interconnection Project that is in pipeline.
The Olio, Juba, South Sudan and Uganda Power Interconnection Project will be transformative. South Sudan currently has around 7% electricity coverage, and the bidirectional line will raise coverage to about 10%.
139 million is a loan to the Republic of Uganda, and Uganda will be paying an additional 17 million as counterpart funding. For the people of South Sudan, you are getting a grant of $52 million from EU, and about 33 million US dollars from African Development Bank, the African Development Fund window, and we still have a funding gap of 31 million, which we are still resource mobilizing.
The chief guest, also Vice President of the Republic of South Sudan, Josephine Lagu Yanga, called upon respective countries to come up with frameworks for protecting the Nile River.
That collectively we need to ensure the sustainability of the Nile's resources is handled in a way that prioritizes long-term ecological health, regional development, and climate resilience. Therefore, translating these principles into action requires robust institutional frameworks and mechanisms that reflect our collective aspirations and respect the unique reality of our Nile.
10 countries are in the Nile Basin with a population of 270 million people.
On the 20th of February 2026, the resident city commissioner for Kampala, Haji Umar Rule Mawia, launched an operation to remove illegal taxis, border stages and street vendors operating in unauthorized areas. Mawia told the media that the operation conducted by the Kampala Capital City Authority enforcement team, together with the District Security Committee all over the 5 divisions of the city, is in advanced stages.
Resident City Commissioner Mawia said the operation was a directive from the Minister for Kampala and Metropolitan Affairs to evict all vendors, border riders and tax operators working on ungazetted stages across the district.
We also called another meeting of the security on the 19th in the evening, and all this were in preparation for us to get prepared. Police, UPDF, military police, and also the JIG. So all of us were part and parcel of that process. At the divisions, all these teams were being commanded or being led by my deputies.
RCC Mawia told the media that the city center is now regaining order following the enforcement.
Borders, those of you who are still, adamant, please, when we catch you, by the way, after the deadline, when we catch you, please, we shall treat you like, a person who is not law-abiding. We shall take you to courts. Our courts, actually, courts are already waiting for you. KCCA courts are waiting for you. Even those other areas, the courts are waiting for you. They will receive you, and we shall show you where you belong. Probably, like I told you, we are all over the 5 divisions. We are not concentrating anywhere. Kampala Central Division definitely is the center of all the businesses. Definitely we had to deploy quite a number of security compared to other divisions. But that doesn't mean that we are not in other divisions. We are there, like I mentioned.
The RCC urged Ugandans to be vigilant and report individuals who are illegally on the streets. He warned street hawkers who return in the evening hours that no one will be allowed to operate outside designated markets.
There is some people who cannot enter the market, but on the streets it's very easy to get something you want.
I invite all customers who tend to buy on us on street C to come here in Usafi Market to support us.
The hawkers, wherever you are, please leave our streets. Leave the streets, please go to our markets. There are those markets, those of Kawempe, the whole of, actually the other day I was in Wandegea Market. Wandegea Market, a lot of stalls are there, a lot of, you meet a Midala and what have you. They are there, lockups are there. If you go to Usafi, I've seen my brothers, those sister brothers of mine, of Bigali. Please go to Usafi. There are quite a lot of spaces for you, and they are waiting for you.
Deputy resident city commissioners have been tasked to closely monitor all streets to ensure that illegal tax and border stages do not re-emerge.
I think you've heard that Wasafi, there are quite a number of taxis that are still loading from outside. Please impound all those taxis, impound them. My deputy of Central Police, you've heard. The deputy of Machinde, you've heard. My deputy of Rubaga, you've heard. So is the deputy of Kawempe and Nakawa. Please, I don't want to hear that again.
Nals Bawini, Jamil Sekaja, reporting for UBC.
The district governor, D411B, Alan Tush Naturinda, has urged policymakers to push for a health medical insurance scheme to ease access to medical services for all. During the free medical camp at Entebbe Central Clinic, it was noted that Ugandans don't have access to early medical checkups, which gives leeway to a number of diseases that would be preventable.
The medical camp offered services on diabetes awareness and management, high blood pressure checkup and awareness, dental checkup.
So as Lions, our founders focus on vision. They say we have to be knights for the blind. So Lions Club International focuses on vision. We are knights for the blind.
They are doing it as a governor's visit activity. So from here, they will be going and then inducting some people, and then basically it's all about charity.
The president of Entebbe Lions Club, Dr. Edwin Nwagaba, says the turn-up describes the community need for access to medical care. People who were screened with different illnesses were given free treatment.
We need to have these other supplementary programs from different stakeholders so that we can supplement on government efforts in touching lives that the government cannot touch at a specified time. So there is a need in the community which must be addressed, and that's why Lions Club has come in to address that gap.
The governor normally visits all the clubs. So today is visiting Lions Club of Entebbe. And what is happening is when he's visiting, we do activities. Lions Club is Entebbe is a very big club, so they have conducted this LSA camp.
The governor, District 411B, Alan Tush Natrinda, and health experts raised concerns about the increasing preventable disease among Ugandans.
If we can get together and put our energies together and help those in our communities who are not able to reach out to the medical help that they need. You can see just one day camp, how many turn up. So many turn up, and sometimes we cannot take care of all of them. But if there could be something government can do to help so that community members can access medical help, because I think it's a core need.
He calls upon policymakers and legislators to push for health medical insurance scheme for all citizens.
For us Lions, we do not have medical insurance, but we call on those who can offer such support to give maybe reduced prices on medical, reach out to people so that more people can get help, but on a small fee.
Mutonyi Hilda and Sula Kagogube, UBC.
The ambassador of Denmark to Uganda, Sig Winding, has launched a 5-year climate-resilient banana production project at Nile, Kawanda. He described the project as timely and important, noting that it focuses on investing in innovative and affordable solutions that empower vulnerable communities.
Uganda is the leading producer of most banana types in sub-Saharan Africa. The country's rich banana diversity makes the crop central to food security and livelihoods. During the launch of the 5-year climate-resilient banana production project, the ambassador reaffirmed Denmark's commitment to support climate-smart agriculture in Uganda.
Also, as Denmark supported forward capacity building at Nile and at the Ugandan universities, both at Makerere and particularly Gulu University, through competitive research grants, PhD training, development programs over decades. From earlier work also in the coffee, banana, agroforestry systems, to the current efforts focusing on climate-smart agriculture and green agri-food value chains.
The project will deliver tangible, farmer-centered results and more resilient banana production systems and higher yields under climate stress situations.
I have therefore every confidence that this project will produce tangible, farmer-centered results, more resilient banana systems, higher yields even under climate stress, empower communities, reduce vulnerability for women and youth, and not least new knowledge that can be scaled both nationally and regionally. By investing in research, innovation, and people, we are not just addressing today's challenges, we are building a foundation for tomorrow's prosperity.
National Agriculture Research Organization Executive Director Roboni Tumuhimbise said the objective is to improve banana production in different climatic conditions.
Banana is an important crop in this country, very important, and stands as a priority crop, number one, for this country, because of the benefits or the importance it has in this country, especially in providing for food security in this country. There are many other associated benefits that we get from banana.
The project manager, Hans Jorgensen, noted that climate change is placing increasing pressure on banana production due to rising climate variability.
Banana production is central to Uganda's food security, livelihoods, and cultural identity. At the same time, climate change is placing a growing pressure on banana production through increased climate variability, pest diseases, and soil degradation. Addressing these challenges require not only strong science, but also collaboration across institutions, disciplines, and sectors.
Stakeholders shared their views, emphasizing collaboration in building climate-resilient agriculture systems.
Bananas are one of those crops that consume a lot of water. So when you have these oscillations or changes in the rainfall totals, but also most importantly, distribution throughout the season, then you are going to have that effect on the bananas. You look at the plant and they can wither when they are not getting enough rainfall.
It also can affect, even if you have water sources and you can irrigate, but the management of bananas also is imperative, because the management practices also can mitigate on diseases. Because under the cooperative status and practices, for a farmer to have continued production, you must manage your plantation as well.
Mike Bakabulindi compiled this report.
We thank you so much for watching. Let's take a short break.
So, Micheal.
Yes, Daddy.
You know the children are going back to school and things are a bit tight. For now, why don't you take half of the fees to junior school, and for the school van contribution, we shall pay later.
Daddy, why don't we pay using MTN Momo, where we stand a chance of winning school fees for a whole year and more? By the way, you can also apply for a school fees loan, and also participating schools can win a school van.
That's right! Win school fees for a whole year and more. Get Momo goodies and a school van for participating schools. You can also apply for a school fees loan. Simply dial *165 *80# or use the Momo app.
Every great cup of Uganda's coffee begins right here on the farm. Quality begins at harvest. Pick only red, ripe cherries, because unripe cherries lower your coffee quality and income. After harvest, protect that quality. Dry your coffee clean on tarpaulins, raised beds, or cemented surfaces, never on bare ground. Spread your harvested coffee thinly. Do not heap it, because heaping causes mold and destroys the quality. When you protect quality, you protect your income and Uganda's reputation on the global market. Uganda Coffee, quality you can trust. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries.
Thank you so much for watching and welcome back from the break. Minister of State for Defense in charge of veterans, Huda Abason, has applauded government for prioritizing infrastructure development in Greater Luwero districts. Huda made these remarks during the inspection and supervisory tour of the ongoing UPDF engineering construction projects in Luwero and Nakaseke districts.
Monitor these projects.
Greater Luwero have rich history in Uganda's liberation struggle that ushered in the NRM government, but has long waited for improved infrastructure development. Nakaseke and Luwero faced long-standing challenges in healthcare and education, limited access to quality services, and affected residents' livelihoods.
There was no room for a nurse because this is a dormitory and where human beings live. Issues of sickness, issues of many other things, sanitation is very key.
Government responded by contracting UPDF Engineering Brigade to construct hospitals and schools to bridge this gap. UPDF Engineering Brigade is constructing Luwero General Hospital, a vital infrastructure that serves as a big catchment area in Luwero, Nakaseke, and some parts of Wakiso and Nakasongola districts.
We must focus and prepare ourselves so that at the end, when we admit students who are persons with disability, they don't suffer. So I think this is a very good thing, and the Ministry of Defense and Education are going to sit together to see that how we get the extra fund to complete this project. The project needs to be completed because the students need to use them. And I'm very happy that this one basically was for girls.
The Minister of State for Defense in charge of veterans, Honorable Huda Abason, has inspected the UPDF projects to assess progress and quality work done by UPDF engineers.
Wherever I've reached, I've not got any complaint where they said the environment here is hostile for us. The first thing they are telling me, the people are good, they have given us all the support that we need from them. I think that is the best way to go. I am happy that they are giving support to our soldiers, and I'm happy that our soldiers have also been disciplined. Where I've reached, I've not heard of any complaint that, you have brought your soldiers here, this is what they have done.
The Deputy Head Teacher, Mazoldi College. I want to take this honor to most sincerely thank the Commander-in-Chief, our President, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, and the Ministry of Education for really prioritizing the education sector. We are glad as the people of Nakaseke and particularly Mazoldi College for this input that was given to us, the girls' boarding. We are really happy and trust that it is going to help our children so much.
UPDF has also undertaken Nabiswera Health Center for General Ward, Ngoma Health Center for Housing Units, Mazoldi College Nakaseke, and Target Secondary School, Wobulenzi. Haruna Ntesasira, UBC News.
Ugasewa Uganda, a charitable organization led by MS Salim, has extended a helping hand to vulnerable communities through donations of iftar food items to several orphanages and mosques in Kampala.
We are doing a lot of charity events, like helping people for getting medical aid. Then we are paying a lot of poor school kids for the school fees. This kind of charity events we are conducting in through Ugasewa in Uganda here. We started with like a few, 5, 10 like that. Then a long time we have supplied 30 orphanages and mosques. Then it's come to 80. But by God's grace, this year we are going to donate orphanage and mosques numbers of more than 100, almost 110.
Our intention and aim, we wanted to supply the foods to the people. Okay, it is not only for the Ramadan period. When we are supplying for the food item to the orphanages, it is enough for something like half a year. That was our plan. We collect from our people and supplying to those who are needy and those orphanages.
Tutwala omukisa gonna nga twebaza abantu bano kubanga ebbanga ddene batutte ebiseera bingi nga batubeererawo nga babeererawo ba ofani emizikiti. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Sina kyanyo kya kubebaza naye nga tuli basiimu ebbanga lye bamaze nga batubeererawo insha Allah kuba basibulula abantu bangi ate nga tututte ebbanga lingi nga tuwangaala nabo.
Tuli basanyufu nnyo okufuna ebintu bino bye batuwadde mu Ramadan okusibukusa abantu baffe ng'era tubeeyanza okukola mulimu guno eno. Tutuuka okusibukusa abantu ng'ebintu tebiriiwo naye ekibiina kino we kyajja kituyamba okufuna ebintu bino eno buli Ramadan.
The Indian community in Kampala has celebrated the International Kite Flying Festival at Micheal University Business School, bringing together families, students and city residents.
The event, organized by the Uganda Brahma Samaj and the Indian Association of Uganda, was held in February after being postponed from January due to the election period.
Celebrating this, and it is an international kite festival where everybody is welcome.
Even
either
the
it is
Chinese
Indian, Chinese, whole world is welcome.
Even the European people also be the doing that. It's the different type. We have to be the doing this type of the kite festivals. So everybody's is the different types of the kite festival to be the enjoying. In the India, this kite festival we have to be organized on the 14th January. And Northern India, this kite festival we have to be organized in the 26th January every year. And Western part, 14th January of the every year.
So we are seeing even Uganda is here.
Leaders say the festival promotes unity and cultural heritage while also strengthening community ties.
We are sending children this year, or sorry, last year, we have sent almost 100 children to India for heart surgery. So that is a big achievement. Before we used to send around 20, 30, 40, but now last year we have achieved that by almost 100 kids, even more than that. So this year we were targeting more than 100 this year to send India. And all the expenses bear by Indian community, Indian association. Also blood donation, blood units, okay? Last year we have collected, I think, almost more than 50,000 units, which is very huge. It was never in the past. Before it was Indian communities doing camps all everywhere, in all the activities, all the festivals, everywhere, all the events. But it was roughly around 10,000 or 15,000. But last year we did more than 50,000 units.
Alongside kite competitions, organizers conducted a blood donation drive to support National Health Services and called for more members to participate. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
Still in more news, the Vicar General Kampala Diocese, Monsignor Lawrence Semosu, has urged Christians and leaders to embrace listening and forgiveness during the Lenten season.
Father Semosu said, guidance follows Popular War's latent theme, encouraging reconciliation and mutual respect through dialogue. He explained that listening to one another can help resolve conflicts and strengthen unity.
We have succeeded in S4 exams, in leading others to do good, to do better.
Father Semosu said, guidance follows Popular War's latent theme, encouraging reconciliation and mutual respect through dialogue.
May this celebration mark not the end of effort, but the beginning of greater excellence in all aspects.
He explained that listening to one another can help resolve conflicts and strengthen unity.
We must succeed in our morals. We must succeed in being humble. We must succeed in listening. We should be masters in listening. Wonderful listening. Saying he was crucified.
So, Micheal.
Yes, Daddy.
You know the children are going back to school and things are a bit tight. Huh? For now, why don't you take half of the fees to junior school, and for the school van contribution, we shall pay later. Huh?
Daddy, why don't we pay using MTN Momo, where we stand a chance of winning school fees for a whole year and more? By the way, you can also apply for a school fees loan, and also participating schools can win a school van.
That's right! Win school fees for a whole year and more. Get more goodies and a school van for participating schools. You can also apply for a school fees loan. Simply dial *165*80# or use the Momo app.
And we now talk business. Across the world, the 21st century continues to evolve through rapid digital transformation, with new technologies emerging every day. The innovations are shaping the modern digital landscape, where people earn a living through content creation, remote work, and artificial intelligence systems. Tecno Uganda has launched a Camon 50 series, a smartphone line designed with exquisite features built to capture moments without limits.
Now we're going to listen in. Do you know S1? It has a curved neck. So the Camon series has been given a distinctive design with curved edges, curved screen, symmetry at its best. Or take a picture of a moment that you've never forgotten. The Tecno Camon 40 series, Camon 50 series are the Tecno AI phones. The whole system of the Tecno Camon 50 is powered by Tecno AI. So when you zoom, you can achieve ultra HD clarity on whatever content you take. Capture and then let AI process the information for you to get the perfect photos.
Based on these demands, we bring here the Camon 50 series. It's very good as a zoom. So with this product, we want with the Uganda, the customer, all the clients, all our end users to zoom in the new future and to zoom into the new lifestyle.
50 comes with an amazing camera, 50 megapixel sensor, ultra wide camera, 8 megapixel, and a telephoto lens, 50 times zoom, 50 megapixel camera. The phone is powered by the latest operating system, Tecno iOS 16.1, which is based on Android 16 with amazing features that will blow your mind away. The phone is powered by a 6000 mAh, 6150 mAh battery capacity, which will give you at least 48 hours of usage without needing you to charge. It is also powerful and durable with the Gorilla Glass Victus 2 at the front and Gorilla Glass Victus 2 at the back. For content creators out there, the Camon 50 series is here for you. It has an amazing camera, a Sony lens sensor, LYT 700C, which powers recording in 2K at 60 FPS or 1080p at 60 FPS.
I'm here to attest that the 40 is still in top-notch shape. So really as MTN, I'm humbled and glad that we are here again to witness the introduction of the Camon 50, which I am confident will go a long way in enabling the digital and financial communication requirements of Omuntu Wawansi.
Smartwatches, we have...
The Uganda Woodball Federation has held its first National Beach Woodball Open Championship at Monjako Beach in Buwama. It brought together athletes from across the country.
The one-day championship attracted both experienced and new entrants from different regions. This is in line with the new national sports regulations aimed at broadening participation. In the senior men's singles category, Brian Guak of Kampala International University took first place with 34 strokes, followed by Danny Amanyire and Trevor Oming of Chambogo, who both finished with 37 strokes. Federation President Paul Makayongo says preparations have begun to select the national team to represent Uganda at the upcoming Beach Woodball Cup in Malaysia this July.
Part of the reason for the calendar activities for this year is for the Federation to be able to select a national team that will represent the country in the coming World Cup, which will be organized by Malaysia in the city of Paris. So all players are agitating to make a better performance so that they can have opportunity to be selected for the national team.
In the senior women's category, Joan Mukova from the Ministry of Public Service won with 39 strokes, while Jackie Naula and Denise Nanjeru followed in second and third, respectively. In the women's doubles, Sandra Nabagal and Florence Mukoya emerged winners with 43 strokes. The mixed doubles title went to Bridge Biamukama and Joyce Nalubega with 38 strokes.
Gymnastics Association of Uganda and National Council of Sports have flagged off a team to Kenya.
10 young Ugandan gymnasts have today been flagged off to represent the country at the Junior Women's Artistic Gymnastics African Championships in Nairobi, Kenya. The athletes aged between 5 and 12 will compete in Level 1 to Level 4 categories at the Continental Championship scheduled for 28th of this month. The events will include vault, floor, beam, and bars. The team was flagged off at the headquarters of the National Council of Sports in Lugogo by the Assistant General Secretary Milton Chebet.
My message to the young talent, the young gymnasts, is that they are now representing the country. They are now going to be international figures, so that when they go for international competitions, number one, they should believe in themselves, they should love their country, and they should also be disciplined children, because once you have discipline, then you can achieve the success. And also wishing them the best, that when they win medals, we shall be proud of them. The countries will be proud of them, because we are watching. You know, everybody is watching. And also, thanking the parents of these children for supporting them.
Some of the athletes traveling include Maya Dennis, Elsie Matanda, Shanice Nakaima, Adora Mirembe, Nima Mpaka, Zion Kembabazi, Lynn Yuhan, and Aleru Aloyo.
We're excited for it, but I'm not 100% ready as of yet. But I'm hoping that today I may clean up what I haven't gotten right and be ready for the competition.
Harriet Aya praised the gymnasts for their discipline and dedication during training, expressing confidence in their performance.
We look forward to having our young gymnasts get the exposure to competition. We know that when they compete in such an event, they will be exposed. Secondly, learn how to deal with competition nerve. I know competition stress is real, but the more they engage in such a competition, they get to learn how to deal with competition stress. And lastly, this event is going to help them to gauge the level at which they are at the regional level.
The championship will feature 6 countries including Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Zimbabwe, and Rwanda.
Uganda Table Tennis Association new executive has continued to attract sponsorship to augur well to the good of any sports enterprise.
With just days to the Open Akaterega Memorial Schools and Institutions Championship, 2 partners have joined the Uganda Table Tennis Association. Legacy Productions Limited, who are in to ensure the audios and visuals meet international standards, especially in this digital era, have injected 40 million Uganda shillings.
We've come out to give a sponsorship of the full audiovisual production for the tournament for the entire 3 running days. That is going to be in terms of production, the stage, the screens, the sound, the lighting, as well as standby running power for the entire tournament. We're not just going to stop at only production, but we're also going to go into the little bit of detail, things like the very final look and feel of the tournament to make it different from what has been shown all over the years. We're pushing table tennis to come out to the international tier, to the international level. We wanted to have a face of the internationals.
To Uganda Table Tennis Association President Cyrus Muwanga, this partnership bonds well with Uganda ahead of a bid to host the Africa Seniors Championship.
For some of you who witnessed our Uganda Open, for me, standards are key. The event that we had in December was one of the best that Uganda has ever witnessed in the table tennis world. So for us to partner with Legacy, today we are again affirming the fact that we need to be working with the very best in the country as we prepare to have many international tournaments come in Uganda, like the Africa Senior Championships that we are trying to bid for in 2027.
Uganda Table Tennis Association has also partnered with Fincom Technologies through its school pay entity that has boosted the championship with 5 million Uganda shillings.
We are very privileged and honored to be partnering with the Uganda Table Tennis Association because what we are looking to do is to be an enabler in the education sector. So while we have, digitized the payments and digitized the way you run schools, we are also open to having our stake in building the child holistically.
The Katerega Memorial Table Tennis Championship returns after 10 years.
Katerega was one of the best table tennis players in the country at a very young age. He managed to get to qualify in the national team when he was still in S2 at City High in 1995, and he won bronze at the All Africa Games. He had an untimely death at a young age, but because we want to inspire these young ones, we are bringing back this tournament.
It starts this Friday at the MTN Arena Lugogo, with more than 50 schools and 700 players expected to grace the occasion.
And that brings us to the end of all we had for you this evening. Thanking you so much for watching. My name is Micheal Jordan Lukomwa with Elizabeth Nakako and the whole team. We wish you the best of the week and the night.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
The governments of Djibouti, Ethiopia, South Sudan, and Uganda have formally agreed to establish the Djibouti-Ethiopia South Sudan-Uganda Corridor Authority with an aim to modernize trade, expand infrastructure, and provide landlocked Ethiopia, South Sudan, and Uganda with streamlined access to the port of Djibouti. The government of Uganda, led by His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, was represented by the Minister of Works and Transport, General Katumba Wamala.